Alright, howdy ho folks. Multiversal Medium here for another episode of Dread Delusion. Last time we left off, I said I was going to mess around with faction nonsense, meet you back up at the Goblin Dudo. Well, as you can see, we're not at the Goblin Dudo. I messed around a lot with faction stuff, and I figured I'd show off what you get for various faction things. So, as you can tell, Apostatic Union hates me, Wiccans love me, Outlaws love me. So, that little bed or whatever you got, well, I got in the Apostatic Union base over there, was actually because I was friendly with them. This door that's been barred this entire time, well, now that I'm friendly with the Outlaws, I can go in here. Pop this, pop this. Okay, yeah, and I have my own little bed I can do. Have a little forge right there. Got some gold right there. What you got to say, Boyle? You're what passes for an outlaw these days? He spits on the floor by your feet. Well, no matter. The bosses say you're alright, so I guess you're alright. You'll be wanting to practice your lockpick skills on that chest over there, or grab some shut-eye in the bed. Help yourself to anything else you might find useful. But yeah, basically, that's what all these places kind of come down to, is a free bed, a buff of sorts, and maybe some items you can grab after a few days. And as I said, I'm loved by the Wiccans as well, so I'm gonna go over here. Now, from what I saw, you can kind of do either the Wiccans love you and one other faction, or the Wiccans love you. Well, that's basically it. Wiccans love you and one other faction. This house on the big old floating island and stuff with all the conch shells was actually a friendly Wiccan house or whatever. Have this nice little alchemy station. There's a bed downstairs, and this Dudo. Greetings, most venerable friend. The Wiccan Coven of the Worm has been watching you for some time, and we are most pleased. By all means, make yourself at home. In this place, it is reserved only for those loyal to our cause. The grimoire over there will prove a great boon to your lore skill. You may also rest to the bed downstairs and help yourself to whatever items you find here. Yeah, so got a nice book that gives you a lore buff and all that. Got a bed down here. Spooky, scary painting right next to it. Good stuff. Also, off screen, I did head back to our house or whatever and checked it out. I'll probably cut that in, probably, I don't know, now. Looks like the house is finished, actually. Good stuff. Oh, I even got that. A thing about that house was anytime I slept there, I'd get attacked in the middle of the night. Your sleep is restless, your dreams are strange. You see a city of sparkling towers crumble to dust. In a searing light, you feel a monster slide down your throat. Warming and pleasant. And you hear the screams of your mother as you flee for your life. You wake in a cold sweat. Blood is on your pillow. Is my house cursed? Gosh dang it. No wonder they don't frickin' stay here. I can just restless sleep? All because of this frickin' stuff in the basement? Gosh dang it. You dream of a journey through foreign towns and exotic lands. But when you return home, all has changed. You search for your friends, but cannot find them. You search for your lover, but they are gone. You find your parents, but they are dead and buried under gravestones. Suddenly the future unfurls before you, plain as day. Everyone you love will turn to dust. You wake screaming. There's blood running down your neck. I have a vampire in my basement. Starting to feel like I have a vampire in my basement. Honestly, that's fitting. Those are like the vampire kind of like dreams you'd get in Oblivion and Morrowind and stuff. That's weirdly fitting. That's funny. Why did they take that out of Skyrim, actually? The whole like vampire dream stuff was really fun. It's really grotesque imagery in those little snippets. Oh, well, whatever. Anyways, it was interesting. Good stuff. I'll probably head over there here in a second. Start the next construction phase. After all, heading through here in order to try and pop all those machines around here. Yeah, all those machines that needed lore nonsenses. Hopefully with the buff, I should be able to do them. Yeah, there we go. That's one. Yeah, what was it? Found out that Wiccans and outlaws like it when you kill the guards that are just patrolling the highways, basically. And if you kill enough guards, well, yeah, the apostatic union will hate you, but Wiccans and outlaws will love you. Now, if I went around and killed outlaws right now, apostatic union would eventually love me. These dudes would hate me. Also, apparently, hey, I've heard you're all right. You know that? Could use your help. Could you follow me? Well, if there's something going down, I'll have my piece of the action for sure. Apparently, you can ask members of the faction you are friends with to join you for whatever. I'm certain it's very basic in how it works, but what else? Means I don't have to kill these gobos. And yeah, turns out those little frog dudes, and basically every monster type enemy we've come across has been a goblin, basically. Ooh. Something has changed. What are we looking at? Ooh. Ooh. Illusion. And Emberian ore. Ooh. That's rare. I like rare stuff. Oh, just flub that. Honestly, I don't need more godlets. Who cares? Off screen too, when I was collecting godlets to just kind of try and mess with the faction system, I'm assuming my game kind of glitched out for some reason. Because, I don't know how many I'm at now after messing with them. Yeah, 74. Yeah, I went through a lot. At some point, I had over 100 of those things. I'll show that on screen. And no, I did not really natively farm 100 godlets. I think my game glitched out. I apparently have 116 of this item. I don't think I'm supposed to have 116 squirming godlets when I just picked up, I want to say, like 10. Very odd. Something happened at some point. Game glitched out and it's like, hey, heard you like godlets. So, just gonna put some extra in your pocket. And that extra kind of amounted to over 100. It was, interesting to say the least. But yeah, house is basically good for now. Gonna pop a save so I can teleport back here later. But yeah, let's get main house built up some more. Actually, since I can afford it, let's go for the library as well as the garden. Obviously, I don't have enough ore for the workshop yet, but yeah, the house should be furnished now. Oh, isn't that so fancy? Ooh. Ooh. I kind of like that one more. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's just see here. Yeah, sure, why not? Do anything with this? Ooh, okay. Okay, cool. That one's a bit bigger than the other ones. I kind of like the goblin. Let's go. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, go with the goblin right there. Let's see outside. Let's just see her. Get this. No other trophies for that one. Yeah, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. No other trophies for that one. Yeah. Just gotta do the, yeah, there we go. Friggin' fraggin', evil death god. Yeah, there we go. Key to the, yeah. Yeah, off screen, I also went up here, found a key, cut in the description probably right about now because it was in that chest. Oh, don't have a lot. Ooh. What? Just having a locked door in my own house? Hashtag rude. Not even to the basement, it's to the freaking attic. Really rude. Whatever. Check here. Thornwood Manor Master Key. A heavy key found squirreled away within Thornwood Manor. There are many locked doors throughout the Thornwood estate. Perhaps this key will unlock them. We'll worry about that when we start recording again. And honestly, it makes me wonder about the, ooh, I missed it. Go. Please. Change that one to that one. That seems to fit a bit better. This one over to... Sure, why not? Miss this one. Yeah. Anyways, that makes me wonder about the quest we have about this place. Basically, quest just says to stay out of the basement, but like... Dude, I does discuss this to know. So, Thornwood Manor. In the basement of Thornwood Manor, you have found a peculiar and haunting statue. It seems to be missing several items. Perhaps completing the statue will have some effect. Uh-huh. Okay, okay. It looks like it's missing something. Whatever could it be? Oh me, oh my. Oh, looks like they're building that stuff. I wonder if the other pieces are, say, in these areas or not. If they are, I'll probably go buy a bunch of iron ore just to get that workshop going. I wonder if this dude has anything to say. Oh me, oh my. On this very day. I'll leave you to your woodland then. Okay, apparently he doesn't have anything else to say. Whatever. Guess it's about time we made it back to that goblin dude. I probably should have taken a nap. Whatever. Yeah, those descriptors were really like Oblivion vampire-like. I kind of love that. It's really kind of do. Yeet, yeet. There we go. Oh, I should go up to that dude and talk to him as well. Considering we have all the cartography pieces. Actually get paid for our work and get in to the what is that? School or whatever. Hey man, Absorbed with the looking glass, they peer through, scribble something, notebook, yada yada. I have cipher charts to hand in. Excellent. These will do nicely. The detail here is impressive for one of your limited experience. Please, take this in recompense. Oh, and it looks like you've completed an entire map region. Well done. I'll throw in some extra coin for your efforts. Seems that you have accrued quite the collection of cipher charts, doesn't it? I must admit, I'm impressed. Take this. It's a letter of recommendation. It will grant you entry to the Erudite Academy. You should speak to the chief's cartographer. I'm sure he'll have work for someone like yourself. Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's, just pop a stamina potion. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now we ought to be able to get into the academy. Get us one of them there, edumacations, like... Get us a nice paid job after getting us an edumacation and the shiz, yeah. But before that, I want to talk to that goblin boyo. I do like the fact that all those guys with masks are goblins, but they're like transformed via their masks, actually. And it's like some weird curse akin to the Dark Elves, where it's just, yeah, we messed up and we bear our sins upon us. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Let's try charming you. I have embraced my wretchedness. May I pass? Success. You seem sincere in your penance. Very well. You may claim your second self. The door is open. I appreciate it. Ooh, delusion. Appreciate that as well. What we got here? Goblin mask. A chunk of wood shoddily carved to resemble a face. That allows one to entice more powerful foes. The goblins of Hallowshire can be seen wearing these crude things. When placed on one's face, a strange feeling comes over you, as if you're someone else. Hey, good stuff, man. Yeah, good stuff. So, obviously, off screen, I looked up faction nonsense. And weirdly enough, yeah, that mask is vaguely related to faction nonsense. Until a very recent update, that mask would basically let you not get attacked by goblins if you didn't lower their dislike to you too much by this point in the game. Basically, if you had stayed neutral up to a point. Oh, hi. Who are you guys? Oh, you're cultists. Okay, cool. I mean, not really cool, but like cool. Cool. Oh. This was connected the entire time. How did I not notice this ramp? Huh. Well, whatever. We're here. Let's go on in. The enchanted mask is deathly still, but its stoic eyes track you as you approach. Erudite Academy is closed to all but a chosen few. Present your recommendation or leave. Here's my recommendation. The mask is silent for a long while. Just as you're about to say something, it responds, "Recommendation accepted. You may enter." Oh, heck yeah, man. Yeah. Edumacation a go-go, baby. I like the little freaking, like, fan blade at the bottom. It's funny. Yeah, that is weirdly solid for what could or couldn't be a cloud, man. Looks like ambergris. You think the flying mollusk things give ambergris? Looks like an interesting landmark. Boyo, you and I are in agreement. Map has been updated. Alright. Let's see here. Ooh, whole lot of... Not much. Let's keep... Ooh, flying high. You have gained access to the Erudite Academy, a traveling bastion of scholarly pursuits. Now what secrets are hidden in the most acclaimed institution, the Apostatic Union? Okay, yeah. What you got to say? The Inquisition agent looks you up and down with a sneer. A new face? You're not another one of those sniveling scholars, are you? This place fills me with disgust. Bunch of egotistical idiots, playing with powers they fail to understand or control. But lately I've caught wind of something that could finally be their undoing. This place harbors a dark secret, and one I intend to uncover. Dude, that's a weird thing to say to a random person you don't know whether is a scholar or not. Why do you hate the Academy so much, or what's this secret you're looking for? I've been looking for dirt on this place for months. The Academy plays with fire. It flouts Union regulations at every turn, though the Council, in their ineptitude, always turns a blind eye. But recently my equipment detected something. Class D God entity. Only a fate signal, so my superiors put it down to faulty equipment. But if it is true, God worship is a serious felony. The Council would have to act. If they're really harboring some sort of minor god, it would be well hidden. I could really use the help of an outsider like yourself. Okay, I'll keep an eye out. You are truly a credit to the Apostatic Union. Please return to me if you find anything of interest. The one advantage we have is that most of these blundering old fools don't seem to like each other very much. I've not had much luck talking to them. They seem to hate me as much as I hate them. But ask around and you might be able to glean something I've missed. Oh, she. Okay, she glances at you with an inscrutable expression. Huh, you're back. Why do you hate the Academy so much, man? You know what cipher magic is? It's the act of altering the very language of the universe. Yeah, it can prove useful in certain situations, but if misused, it has the potential to destroy the effing world. Again. If you ask me, the fact that we let this gross abuse of reality take place in the Union's universities is bad enough. But at least the Inquisition can keep those fools in line. But this place? Council in Ryova has waived all but the most severe restrictions on the Erudite Academy's research. Forget the Wiccans. This dang place is the greatest threat to the Apostatic Union we face. Alright, bye. Good to know, bye. Ooh, Jitter Seed. Lucky to the, Ooh. Ooh. Fun, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Let's see here. It's candy. Ooh, what a cute little garden. It's so quaint. I like it. Oh, look at this. You've got a red mushroom. I've never seen a red mushroom, actually. Oh, what are you up to? Playing God. Ah, I remember my days of doing that. Always been fun to do that, you know. Takes me back. Around the time I fell off a frickin' spiral ramp. Gosh dang, man. Let's see here. Got a forge. Got a bit of lag. Good, good. Got a random person. Good, good, good. Ooh, got a whole lot of nothing. Ooh, what's this? What's this? Ooh. Actually, I remember seeing one of those near the, big old fort that we, started the game at. be something I can mess with, secrets-wise. So when I messed with that thing downstairs, it didn't say, like, something's changed anywhere. Definitely missing something, but could be in other rooms for all I know. I at least know there is a lore-based secret somewhere. Okay. Let's just, chat on up with, you, yeah. The man mumbles to himself as he grinds a mortar and pestle. He seems oblivious to your presence until he mutters, "I'll be just a moment, young'un." He stares at the concoction of herbs, frowning. Suddenly he hawks a glob of phlegm and spits it into the bowl, grinds, and sets it aside, seemingly satisfied. "Now then, I'm Don G, prime alchemist of this old academy. What can I do for you?" Can you teach me about alchemy? How do you become the prime alchemist? You know any unsavory happenings in the academy? Can you teach me about alchemy? Better than most, I'd wager. With alchemical equipment, you can combine ingredients to make new concoctions. Feel free to use the equipment in my study. Now, the academy has been floating over the Yonric Isles for about a year now. I've gotten a flavor for the herbs that grow here. Brew 2 eyes of Pegeth for a potent health potion. Just the same, Paradoxicus revitalizes mana, and Jitter Seed will restore stamina. But there are plenty more potent combinations, mark my words. Are there, any rarer herbs? He betrays a sly grin. Well, that depends on who's asking. That danged Inquisition have banned the use of some of the most potent alchemical herbs, to the chagrin of those who know better. He leans closer. But to those who know where to look, you can still find Death's Veil around these parts. The shroom that grows from the cursed remains of a corpse. Macabre stuff, but extremely useful. Combine it with an eye of Pegeth for an elixir of restoration. You could be on death's door, but one of those would fix you right up. Is it possible to make poison? Of course! Mix an eye of Pegeth with Jitter Seed. The later reverses the healing effects of the former, making a concoction that'll eat through skin. Coat your weapons with that, and your enemies will be sorry. Can you combine ingredients other than herbs? You can. When an alchemical experiment fails to produce something useful, you'll often get a type of alcoholic spirit. Mix these with herbs and you can make all sorts of beverages. They'll get you right plastered too. The ancient alchemists write off refining base metals into gold, but the art has been lost forever, erased from existence itself. Such powers were deemed too dangerous and unstable. Okay. Thanks for the information. Anytime. How did you become the prime alchemist? He's silent for a moment, looking past you in contemplation. I come from Lundel, a beautiful and wild place, where the wind and rain will shape a man. My father was the court alchemist for the king. He worked with the Wiccans and the local gods to ensure the prosperity of the realm. It was a noble position, and one I inherited on my 22nd year. He sighs. But my tenure was cut short by the God War. Lundel fell into civil war, and my liege was slain. The Wiccans became traitors, my gods became outcasts. I fled to this academy, and good thing I did. My past allegiances would have seen me hung by this newfangled union. Were it not for the protection of this place, I warrant there are still some who would wish for that fate upon me, even now. Do you know of any unsavory happenings in the academy? Well, if there's any wrongdoings, it'll be that blasted engineer up above me. I can always hear her banging and clattering. Tell me what can possibly be so important as to warrant so much dang noise. That's good info, man. Goodbye, farewell, F. Peterson, adieu. adieu to you and you and you. All right, let's see what you got going on up here, little Miss Engineer. The woman tinkers with a small crystal, brows furrowed. She taps at it with a stylus before it seethes with magical energy, and she drops it, cursing. Gods dang it all, you broke my concentration. It'll take hours to recalibrate that. She glares at you for a moment, but seeing as you're here, you might as well make yourself useful. I'm Natalia, chief engineer here. Now tell me, how would you like to travel anywhere instantly? Instantaneous travel, sign me up. How did you end up at the academy? What's with all the crystals? Have you witnessed anything strange or forbidden lately? It is forbidden. Instantaneous travel, sign me up. That's the spirit. You see this big chamber here? I had it brought up from the islands below. It's a portal chamber. It's tech from this academy, but it's actually pretty old. Erudite Academy moves around a lot, and it seems one of my predecessors tried to set up a portal network on these very islands a long time ago. Looks like they never got it working, but I think I've found the missing link. I've calibrated a crystal to act as a key of sorts. It should activate the portals and allow for safe travel, but I just need someone to test it out. Sounds dangerous. Dangerous? The chance of the portal ripping you up and sending your limbs to completely different continents is, quite low, I think. Sure, why not? I technically have a lot of divine intervention helping me out, so sure. I'll do it. New item gained. Portal key. Quest started. I didn't read that bit in time. We don't some. That's what I wanted to hear. See this crystal key? She reveals a glimmering device, a marriage of clockwork and crystal, and hands it to you. It will allow you to activate the portal chambers. Once activated, you can teleport to any of the other portals you've found. The only trouble is that I've only found one. But the Academy records state there should be many more scattered around the island. You don't need to find them all. If you can link this one to a portal chamber in the Endless Realm and another in the Clockwork Kingdom, I'll reward your efforts. How did you end up at the Academy? What, I don't look like I belong here? She smirks. Well, you're not exactly the first to think that. I grew up in the slums of Slev, scrapping a living through unsavory means. I always had a knack for cipher tech. And by the time I was a teenager, I was making bombs and traps for a local gang. Well, one day, we pulled a heist on a wizard. All went tits up, and the gang scapered. The wizard caught me. He threw me in his cart. I could have sworn he was going to take me to the Inquisition, have me hung. But he took me here. Took a bit of getting used to. Got into some scrapes. Nearly been thrown out a bunch of times, but he stuck with me, and now it's home. What's with all the crystals? The Academy's been tinkering with crystals for as long as anyone can remember. They're technically called epoch crystals. You find them in the earth. They're especially useful for teleportation, levitation, anything that's too powerful for a normal spell. So what exactly are epoch crystals? What can you tell me about portals? Okay, I think I get it. What exactly are epoch crystals? They form in the earth over hundreds of years. They're actually what makes all these islands levitate. Naturally occurring epoch crystals are embedded deep in the rock. They form where there's been large human societies, or that's the theory. Think of them like a sort of societal residue. All those hopes, dreams, fears, emotions, some trace of them gets left behind in the crystal. Anyway, they can be a conduit for cipher magic. Whatever goes on in a spellcaster's mind when they weave a spell, that can be reflected 100-fold by an epoch crystal. They amplify magic. What can you tell me about portals? Portals are tricky. They're not outright banned by the Union, but the Inquisition keeps a close eye on them. After all, if you open a portal to the ocean or inside a neuron star, you're gonna be pretty effed. Not to mention most portal spells are unstable, often dangerous. If you ask a merchant captain whether she'd rather ferry her goods by airship or a portal, she'd say airship every time. But we're trying to change that. We know the ancient Iberians could teleport goods and people safely all around their empire. So it's possible. We just need to refine the cipher, stabilize the magic. We'll get there. Okay, I think I got it. And we're pretty certain the entire world going kind of tits up is not because of those portals. Cool. Right, is there anything else you want to ask? Have you witnessed anything strange or foreboding lately? Is it foreboding? If anyone's suspicious, it's that Don G downstairs. He's an old Wiccan loyalist, don't you know? How he managed to escape the post-war purges? I don't know. But I bet you'll find him muttering to the old gods in his sleep. Fair enough. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care. I mean, I should, but I don't. Oh no. I'm curious what Pageth was like when they were just like bleeding like a sheep. Bleat, you're a sheep. Okay. So that one's active now. Okay, cool. Pages of the grimoire crackle with magical energy. A quill rises, quite of its own accord. Before scratching on the page, please write your destination. Step away from the book. It's a witch! Ooh. Let's see. It's probably smart to start from the ground floor. I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, I'm curious where the heck the other secret mabob is. Down here? Somewhere? Could it be one of the paintings? Big old painting. Nope, apparently not. So, perhaps it's outside elsewhere. Honestly, I'll keep looking around until I find it eventually, to be honest. Oh no, I said honestly twice with honest and honestly. It's a weird vocal tick I've always had. I will say to be honest and then like honestly or something in the same sentence. Oh. Well, we've explored the ground floor. Thought there was a bit more going on down there, but apparently not. Have you guys, like, ever considered that maybe your academy kind of sucks? Like, not for nothing. Like, it's really cool. You got a floating castle thing that kind of moves around, and that's awesome. Yeah, it's so cool, man. But, like, not for nothing, but there's, like, 4 buildings. And 2 of them seem to be just single houses. Have you guys ever considered that maybe your academy sucks? Just saying. Oh, that's another one. Okay, good to know that there's stuff in other places. Got like 4 buildings, and that's kind of it. Let's just see what's in here, though. Ooh. What's this do? The lift is already here. Mana potion. Throw a knife. Oh, hey, oh, there it is. Oh, hey, Buck. A Foolhardy Voyage by Stultus Navigatio. 1426. As I write this account, my quill wavers in my hand. I can see the skin peeling and flaking from my fingers, blood and pus seeping from the cracks. Before the sepsis sets in, I hope to recount my fateful voyage to the Iberian city of Nautilum. It was my final voyage, and these will be my final words. The expedition was funded by the Erudite Academy, TM. They had us sign numerous documents and waivers, no doubt, written from the safety of some Ryovian legal office, clearing them of any accountability. I was not perturbed. I thought our success was assured. The vessel we traveled in was outfitted with the latest in cipher technology. We had hired an etherist who hermetically sealed the thing with numerous cipher wards and provided us with the finely crafted garments that allow one to survive in the outer reaches of the cosmos. When I asked the etherist to accompany us, for a healthy salary no less, he replied, "The Underlands? Nay, I have flown into the cosmos on 6 occasions and stared into its inky blackness. I have delved into the dread depths of Love's Poison Lake and escaped unscathed. I have been to unspeakable places, but the Underlands, I will not go there." We anchored our galleon in the southernmost skies of the Apostatic Union, close to the near lawless archipelago of the Onric Isles. The galleon's captain was wary of pirates, but I insisted we would be back before the nearby Neuron star withdrew its reddish glare. Our shuttle detached itself from the galleon, shaking as we made our descent through the clouds. My crew sat uneasy as the light faded. In the 400 years since the world end, few have visited the world's surface and lived to recount it. But our landing was uneventful enough. We opened the hatch to find the glistening bones of a city stretching towards the sky. Huge metal structures, arched overhead, supported by girders of an impossible scale that no living blacksmith could reproduce. We set to work examining the ruins. Legend describes how the Iberians wrote nothing with ink. They stored their knowledge in vast networks of cipher, accessible to any citizen, so that each and every person was as learned as a great scholar or polymath. Lamentably, this proved to be true, for we could find no book, no page, no scrap of writing to shed light on the mystery of their culture. What we found were towering halls, once used for some inscrutable bureaucratic purpose, but which now lay overtaken by fungi. We saw evidence of the rail ships that hauled cargo of unimaginable weight and the great portal relays that are said to have connected every corner of the world. We stared bewildered through the eye goggles of our protective hoods. My faith in the wonders of Aetherist technology was well founded. The accursed Earth could not infect us with its taint. So long as our suits remained intact, we were safe. But there was just one factor I had not accounted for. The scream echoed through the halls. We spun to see one of our crew collapse to the floor, blood gurgling from his suit. As we made our way to investigate, I caught something in my periphery, too quick to see. And I turned to see another of us standing plainly with no head upon her shoulders. She crumpled into the darkness without making a sound. So we ran. The suits were cumbersome and the air thick with spores. I could not say how the other crew met their fate. I heard cries but did not falter. In my flight, in my arrogance, I had assumed tales of monsters were but fictions of dying men. For what could survive down here in this wasteland? But as I neared the shuttle, exhausted and terrified, one of the creatures appeared plainly before me. I've heard tales of ghosts, but this was not one. It was a shadow incarnate, a swirling amorphous presence. A spectral arm emerged from the dread mass, which became a scythe as it swung towards me. I ducked and sprinted to the shuttle, narrowly escaping its ephemeral blade. As I closed the shuttle's hatch, I could see the creature in chase, and I swear, I saw a face there, staring at me, not with rage or malice, but with a terrible sadness in its eyes. When I returned to the safety of the sky realms, it became clear that the creature had torn a large gash in my protective suit. Over the coming days, I became wrapped with terrible agony as my skin blackened and split. I exist now, a week since our voyage, in a state of prolonged decay. My consciousness being the last remnant of humanity left in this revolting husk of a body. Will not be long until I succumb fully to the death veil curse. Let this be a warning to those who wish to follow in my footsteps. The Iberian civilization, which ruled every corner of the world some 400 years ago, is forever lost, and to go in search of its secrets is to meet a terrible fate. Oh, and I think there's a bit of blood at the bottom of the page. Nice. That's some good stuff right there. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, is this another book? Oh, heck yeah, man. It's always fun to have when you have a library card. The Hidden Truth of Cypher by Anonymous. They get around still? You think they use the same mask or goblin masks? You think Anonymous has been a goblin this entire time? Whatever. The art of cipher magic is practiced in every corner of the apostatic union, based on the learnings of the universities, yet there is a paradox at the very heart of their scripture. Speak openly about it, we'll see the full wrath of the Inquisition fall upon one's liberty. And so, for fear of rotting in some dark cell, I must hide the authorship of this treatise. But let it be known, I am a scholar of some renown. It is entirely true that there is a hidden language to the cosmos, a series of symbols that comprise an incomplete alphabet known as cipher. Individually, these symbols are meaningless, but when strung together into lines, they can have profound effects. This is the basis of all magic. But while human scribes must painstakingly etch out each symbol, their pens heavy with the import of the task, the gods' very thoughts are writ in cipher, and magic comes to them easily. Nonetheless, the gods are still bound by the rules of cipher. This was the philosophical justification for the God War, the renunciation of Wiccan control, and the forming of the apostatic union. For if humans and gods draw from the same power, the argument went, and why must we submit ourselves to divine hierarchy? Indeed, the first Union polymath theorized that cipher itself was created by humanity. That in the cave-dwelling days of prehistory, humans discovered a power in themselves and built a language around this power that etched itself upon the cosmos. As human superstition led them to pray to divine beings of their imagination, such beings were made manifest from that belief. Such is the reasoning that lies at the very heart of the apostatic union, that man predated cipher, and that to defy this supported truth is to commit an act of treason in the union. But in the past few decades, scholars have made incredible advances in cipher research. We can study the cosmos with a precision not enjoyed since before the world rend. And what have we discovered? That there are certain rules written into the very fabric of existence. A sentence, theoretical but very likely to exist, threads itself through this world and every world. The sentence explains the limitations of our spells, why we cannot reverse the flow of time, why we cannot resurrect the long dead. The most important of all, was written long before humans existed, and it was written in cipher. By whom? We cannot say, and likely never will, because the Inquisition has taken every possible step to repress this research. I have witnessed my contemporaries disappear, others threatened into silence. I have watched entire library wings burned down to the ground. But it is imperative that we spread the truth. An ideology founded upon a lie is rotten to the core. Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. What you got to say, Boyle? I'm sorry, Gurlo. Listen, it's not even because they're undead. I just can't tell genders in this game. Not that it matters. Never has. The woman's flesh hangs loosely from her bones. Ruptures in the skin reveal muscle, sinew, and patches of exposed bone. She glances at you with cloudy eyes. No, it's rude to stare, mortal. My name is Glum, the chief historian of this academy. You don't seem quite like the other scholars. Can I ask about some history? Have you heard of anything untoward going on here? You don't seem like the other scholars. Your skills of deduction are quite exemplary, mortal. I am an endless, and so, quite unlike the rest of this bunch, I look like a rotting corpse. I've also been here the longest. In fact, I've been at the academy since before any of these scholars were even born. How did you end up here? I thought the Endless were only a part of that one kingdom in the Onric Isles, but the academy's been going everywhere for a hot minute. I left my homeland over 2 centuries ago. Back then, my kind indulged in their insatiable hunger by waging constant war on the living, the cadaver crusades. It was repulsive, and so I left. I wandered for a time, half-starved, before the Erudite Academy found me. I think they brought me in more as a research specimen, but it soon became apparent I was a brighter spark than most of them. I became a historian, on account of me being older than most of their books. Sooner or later, my superiors all died, and so here I am, chief historian. And the other scholars accept you? It varies. Many of the apostatic union think us endless should be burned at the stake. But here at the academy, your kind seem to be more accepting. Although that buffoon, Giovanni, clearly wants me to be thrown out with the outhouse slop. Oh, it seems like a Team Rocket kind of move he might do. When I first came here, I hid my flesh in silks and bandages to hide my shame. But over the years, I ceased to care. If people want to gawp, let them gawp. Thanks for indulging my curiosity. I was very rude to you, and you were kind. Thank you. That's quite all right, mortal. Most of your kind just scarper at the sight of me. Think I'm infectious or something. Can I ask you about some history? Of course, mortal. I've read every book in this place, and let me tell you, most of them are wrong. I should know, being older than the world rend. Interesting. Interesting. Does that mean some of the Endless actually... Good to know. Could be some great lore stuff going on there. Can you tell me about the Apostatic Union? The Union is a relatively young conglomerate of states. It was formed 40 years ago, when the victors of the God War unified under one banner. But the lands that make up the Union can trace their history back 400 years, when the survivors of the World Rend fled to the Sky Realms. They were feudal kingdoms then, allied to the Wiccans and their gods. Keep listening. Mena has always been a diplomatic hub, and its principal city, Ryova, is now the capital of the Union. Lundal is a noble land full of castles and windswept plains. Ion is a place of culture and learning, the best universities, and the best theaters, the best wines. And lastly, Slev, in the northernmost land, and a cold, harsh one at that. Its cities are rife with corruption and gangs. But half a century ago, the rulers of these lands chose to break free of the Wiccan covens. Astoundingly, they chose to fight their own gods. And even more astoundingly, they won. And the Apostatic Union was born. Can you tell me about these islands? This archipelago, with Hallowshire at its heart, is known as the Onric Isles. To the east of Hallowshire lies Cardova, more recently known as the Clockwork Kingdom. To the west is the endless realm where my kind originates. But these islands have not always existed together. Islands in the sky realms drift with the current. You go back 100 years or so, neither Cardova or the Endless Realm were part of this archipelago. What about Hallowshire? For many years, Hallowshire has existed as an independent territory, in league with the Wiccan cult of the Worm, who worship the fertility god, Pegeth. But recently, it has been absorbed into the Apostatic Union's borders, making it the southernmost territory of the Union. As you have no doubt noticed, there is a great deal of friction between the locals and the Apostatic Union soldiers. When townsfolk have relied upon a god for so long, they don't take kindly to having that god suddenly outlawed. That's fair. It's akin if you're like a farmer and you're suddenly told you can't use a horse to plow your fields. It's what you've always done. Why are you suddenly saying it's illegal now? It's weird. I mean, it's not weird in setting, but that's basically probably the mindset of some of these people. Can you tell me about the Erudite Academy? Erudite Academy is over 200 years old. Unlike the other universities in the Apostatic Union, it is not tied to a single state. It exists independently. For much of its history, it was a fringe establishment, refusing to align with gods or Wiccan covens. In fact, many of the treaties and polemics that laid the ground for the God War originated from this very establishment. And so it should come as no surprise that, since its inception, the Union has favored the Erudite Academy with high-profile commissions and secretive projects. As you can see, the Academy exists on a flying island. It moves between territories to where it is needed most. You've been stationed on these Onric Isles for about a year now. Can you tell me about the distant past? Well, that is quite a question. I'll try to be brief. For most of the human history, civilization thrived far below. On the world's surface, feudal kingdoms flourished. Under the patronage of powerful gods and the Wiccans, mediated between mortals and the divines. But advances in magic and technology led to the rise of the Iberian Empire. Huge cities spread across the world, linked by unfathomable spells, and the Wiccans fled to the Sky Realms. But then, of course, we had the World Rend. 400 years ago, we cannot say exactly what the World Rend was, only that it destroyed the world's surface and forced humans to flee to these sky realms. Believe it or not, I was alive during the World Rend. I remember an intense flash, a burning heat, and a terrible sound like 1,000 screams. Our island crashed into another during the commotion. I've known nothing like it. That's, dang. Interesting. Have you heard of anything untoward going on here? Oh, this place has secrets, that's for sure. There's a chamber underneath this building, accessible from the garden outside. I've seen someone entering in the dead of night. There's no doorway, though I've seen a number of suspicious candlesticks around the academy. Mortal wizards do love to hide their dirty little secrets with enchanted candles. That's really on the nose of you just to say, like, yeah, this is what the heck and how the heck you're gonna find it, man. I appreciate it. Really do. Oh, there's another one of these skulls. What are these things? So curious. Like, they're all interactable, but like none of them have anything I can do with them. Super curious. Ooh. Is there another candlestick around here? I may have to look around a bit more to find the last candlestick, because I don't think he opened whatever it was. As you approach, the man's face contorts into a ghoulish expression. Really? This is what passes for a scholar these days? Please refrain from getting your muddy footwear on the flooring. He turns away and sighs. Well, seeing as you're here, perhaps you may be of some use. Back in Vienna, I had 12 servants. In this darnable place, nary a soul will lift a finger to help. Perhaps you're different, Ooh, Giovanni, chief cartographer. I am Giovanni Bori, of the Bori family. I'm destined for great things. Father says so. But for now, I'm merely the chief cartographer of this wretched place. What does the Academy do with cartography? Have you witnessed anything strange or foreboding lately? What does the Academy do with cartography? Traditionally, not much. It's a rather menial task for navy vessels and merchant map makers. But the trouble with living on floating bits of rock is that they have a habit of moving around, and old maps become useless. So the Academy is working on a more inventive solution. What, like magic maps? Yeah, what, like magic maps? Ha! You are one step ahead, I see. Because the central islands of the Apostatic Union are held fast with powerful magic, there's not been much need for enchanted cartography until recently. You see, these Onric Isles lie on the fringes of the Union territory. They drift around, crash into each other, even break apart. New maps are produced and circulated all the time, but even so, captains can't rely on them out here. So the Academy is working on a network of cipher spells to track an island's movements, to update maps instantly. Rather ingenious, wouldn't you say? Of course, the scholars here do all the clever calculations. I provide the impetus. How do you become the chief cartographer if you're not even, like, really a part of this project, man? Well, it's a funny thing. I had no real interest in maps before this position. Fiddly things, wouldn't you say? All those tiny drawings, and so easy to get them wrong way round. But when Father decided I needed some academic experience to continue my political career, the only position he could wrangle was chief cartographer of this dismal place. Honestly, I would have much rather been the Aetherius commander. At least neuron stars are a bit more fun. Anyway, might as well make the best of it, I sent out our junior scholars to map these Onric Isles. This may be a dreary backwater, but at least there are discoveries to be made. Okay, I think I get it. Good to hear. Have you witnessed anything strange or foreboding lately? What's this? A sudden interest in the integrity of our establishment? I didn't know better. I'd say that Inquisition agent has you under her thumb. He flashes a smile. No matter. Between you and me, my allegiance lies more with the Council and their Inquisition than most of these dusty old codgers in this place. I'm sure they're flouting Union regulations left and right. I checked the atheist fool up in the tower. He's always prattling on about the importance of the cosmos. And now he flew out into the night sky before most of us were even birthed. If anyone's a rule breaker, it's him. Okay. Yeah, I can kind of dig it. Only kinda. Because you're kind of a snob. Catch my drift. Alright, so... Pretty certain we did this one. I still don't think we got the notification that something's changed, though. I think we're still missing one. Actually, hold up. Okay, this doesn't go anywhere. I thought this might go up higher. But apparently not. Okay, so where's this last one, though? Oh. Probably here. Why, right here. Alright, just pop a potion. And pop a candle. Ooh, ooh. I don't like it. I don't like it a lot. Like, that's weird. It's gross. Really gross. Do I have to deal with that, or can you deal with that? Are you gonna die immediately if you deal with that? Why do I not trust you dealing with it? I think I gotta deal with it. Gosh dang it. Do we have like, I don't know, like raid or something? Do they make fantasy magic cipher spell raid? I think that's what that needs. That's way too big. Like that's a massive bug thing. That's gross. Okay, I'll tell you what, guys. It's been an episode. We'll deal with that next episode as best we can. But until then, it's been fun. And I'll talk to you guys in another episode of Dread Delusion. But until then, ciao.